A big question right now is, why can't we treat this viral infection with antibiotics? I mean, when we were talking about the Spanish flu in 1918, they said a lot of people died because they didn't have antibiotics back then. Well, the reason being, no, antibiotics will not treat your viral infection. However, when there is a viral infection, oftentimes you can get a secondary bacterial infection that makes it worse, which is why antibiotics can be helpful during flu season. Recently, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a global pandemic. And that confuses a lot of people because what does that mean? Some people are getting panicked because of the terminology. So let's break it down. What's the difference between an epidemic or a pandemic? An epidemic is when you have disease throughout a community at a certain time. So let's take New Rochelle or Washington State, for example. If we just looked at them, that would be an epidemic because we have disease spreading in a certain community. Now you take the word pandemic, and what that means is a new infection spreading across a large region, usually multiple continents. Viruses are actually quite intelligent and they undergo genetic mutations because all they want to do is survive. But they need a host to survive in. But now they want to go on to something else, so they undergo certain mutations to be stronger, and that is how it undergoes and comes into being a human virus. With the novel coronavirus we're seeing right now, we have already identified at least 2 strains of this virus, called the L and the S strain. The L strain tends to be the more lethal or severe strain, while the S strain seems to have more mild symptoms, because the virus will continue to mutate in us. So what we're seeing is actually more of the mild strain of the virus because it doesn't actually want to kill the host. People get confused with the name of the virus. When you hear them say coronavirus, that's speaking in a general sense. That's called the family coronavirus. There's a lot of subsets underneath that family, including the common cold, which also can be caused by a coronavirus. This particular coronavirus causing the disease COVID-19 is actually named SARS-CoV-2. We're trying not to use that name so much because people still have a little bit of PTSD from the original SARS outbreak in 2004. SARS standing for Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome.